Hi, all. Susan Winter here. I am answering your questions, and this is a good one. You know the person that you were seeing, you really liked them, and they broke up with you because they wanted to be alone and work on themselves. Okay, you didn't like the fact that they broke up with you, but you accepted that. You could see it. Immediately, you find out there was somebody else. Stings. So what really happened? All right, I am reading the question, and this is from Nikk. I was in my first relationship with a guy for 3 months. Well, that's number one. It all seemed very magical when we were together. Of course it did. It's the beginning. He ended things because I was too clingy and because we had many arguments in our relationship. He also wanted to stay alone and single, as he told me. A month later, I found out he was dating a new person. All of this affects me a lot. He's still stuck in my mind. I still want him. What do I do and how? Now, here's the thing about all this. When it's our first love, it is, I think, especially hard for us because you've got a couple of factors. You've got first time out of the box, it's your first relationship. So you've got no guard. You've got no self-protection. You've never been down this route before. 3 months, you're at the peak of imagining them and setting them in the dream because there's you totally merging with this person. And again, so your desire and all your excitement is taking off. And maybe, you felt the feeling that feels like love. Love is very different in different stages in our life. But for you, this may be the biggest, warmest, most powerful feeling you've ever had. And then when you're feeling insecure, because you can feel something isn't quite reciprocal on their end, and you want to talk about it, then they call you difficult. Or you're trying to be closer because you felt you were closer. Now they pull away, and now you're being clingy. So these are ways that people punish you and monitor you to push you back. So basically, there was a test drive and they didn't buy. Just wanted to drive around the block. But here's the thing. Here's what you can't rectify. Why did they tell you they want to be alone and then get involved in somebody else? One, we don't know that they won't do it to the other person. It's an excuse. There are all sorts of excuses that people leave. And at least, here's the good thing. You weren't ghosted. You weren't left wondering. You were given an answer. Was it the real answer? No. They just weren't that into you. Or something wasn't working, or you were way more serious and they just wanted to have fun. Whatever it is, it didn't work. This is why resilience is so vitally important. Even people who've been dating for a long time can get worn down by the attrition of bad behavior out there and people that are not respectful of being honest and being serious, people that are not serious. What I call time wasters are heartbreakers, just the way it works out. People either don't know themselves and just muck about a bit and think they can play around. And then because it's not as impactful for them, they feel very cavalier with breaking your heart because they really don't know what that feels like yet. You're young, first relationship, 3 months long. I wish everybody would acknowledge how difficult the arc is when you're riding up in this crescendo of imagining and hope and your dream being fueled by everything they're doing and saying, and then the crash. It's so unexpected and one for which you're unprepared. So if you are right now just a little pissed off because you were left when somebody said, I need to be alone, and now there was somebody else, I know you're angry. I know you're hurt. And it feels unfair. It feels like you got cheated. And worse yet, here's what you're thinking. This is the salt in the wound. You are thinking they're giving that other person everything they never gave you. We always do that, don't we? No, she's getting what I wanted. Oh, man, that is self-torture. Is the person the same with the next person? Dominantly, yes. A person's core is their core. Is it true that if they were cruel to you, they'll be cruel to the next? Chances are very good. If they were not attracted to you, will they be attracted to the next? Now that's a different story. Chances are that whatever they saw or didn't see didn't resonate for them. And I know but we have to be honest with ourselves. We may not like to hear, yeah, we're wonderful. We think we're great. We should. I love that you think you're great. I love that you're offended. I love that you're offended when somebody dumps you. You should be going, damn it, I'm worth it. I'm worth a lot. I want that reaction. But let's temper it also with they have a right to make a choice. They also have an obligation to be more honest, but they gave you an out. At least they gave you closure. What about the people that breadcrumb, ghost, breadcrumb a little bit, ghost, breadcrumb a little bit? Just keep turning up the simmer on the fan just to make sure that you can kind of, get that little flame going so they can maybe visit you again if they want to. That's cruel. Will they, this is another question that's in here that I get asked a lot. Will they become a different person with the new person? Maybe. Maybe. Most people will not course correct in their behavior, meaning who they are is who they are. Could they be more interested, more excited by another person? Perhaps. Will they play things out the same way so that if they're honest and forthcoming, they'll be honest and forthcoming? That tends to be yes. But we can't guarantee that they'll give them everything that you wanted, and we can't guarantee they'll be 100% new person. However, we are different versions of ourselves with different individuals. We're the same person, but we might show a different side. We all know that there are people that bring out our talkative side, people that bring out our playful side. We're the same human being, but we have a composite of different sides of our personality. So what I can say is what the other person is getting is a different composite of the same person you dealt with, okay? A different composite of the same person you dealt with. I hope this helps you. Susan Winter for susanwinter.net. Please check out my website, see what events are going on. I'm having world tours. I'm going to be in Singapore in 2024 for a month, and it's all sorts of fun things going on. And I'm planning meets and greets here in the US, so stay attuned to that. And also check out the consultation page and my new products, the Older Woman, Younger Men Dating Guide, which is amazing and interactive. And I'm there showing up to communicate with you, as well as the Dating Games Guide. Those are wonderful, fabulous collections of all my works driven by AI that can bring you to the exact thing you need to hear any time of day. Thank you, everyone. Susan Winter for susanwinter.net.